Hey, welcome back guys to another Platinum walkthrough. Death Stranding Director's Cut. Yep, doing this in hype for the second one, coming out in about a month's time, and I did a poll recently on this and I had quite a bit of interest. So here we are. Yes, full commentary as normal, full Platinum guide, optimal. Yes, an optimal route going through this, so hopefully it's not going to take too long. Yes, it's still quite a long game, but I do want to get this done before the second one releases. We've got quite a bit downtime in this, so I'll explain things a bit more as we go through this first part of the game in this first video. But first, I'm going to go into settings. Now, of course, set all these how you like them, but this one, BT encounter warning, you want to change that to first time only. Yeah, BT encounter warning, change that to first time only, because you have it set to all the time. Then every time you encounter BT zone, you'll keep getting this little cutscene, and it does get a little bit annoying. So yeah, just change that to first time only, and anything else is how you want it. Yes, controls, set them how I want them. I always like to have my camera speed a little bit faster. Camera acceleration on max and deceleration on 0, just so it's always the same speed. I do that the same in Resident Evil games. Yeah, I really do not like camera deceleration at all. Yeah, so acceleration on max, deceleration on 0. Yes, trigger effect, I'm turning that off. And then for audio settings, I want to turn off my controller sound and controller sound effect. I didn't turn it off there, but I will be doing later. Yeah, I don't like to have them on because if I do, then some sounds might not show up on the video because they come through my controller. I don't really know how that works. But yes, and you want to choose a very easy. There are some trophies related to hard, but it's not kind of thing where you have to play through hard mode. You can actually change difficulty, do a certain task, and then change back. Kind of how it works. Your birthday doesn't really matter, by the way, whatever you put in. It apparently changes your dooms, but I don't think it doesn't really change anything significant in the game. So completely up to you. You get a birthday cake, I think, though. And yes, you'll get this cutscene. If like me, you might think this is the first cutscene in the game. It's not. It's this new intro to this new company. Yes, I know it's like a guy in like a deep sea diving suit. But it's supposed to be an astronaut, but with a Dark Souls helmet. Yeah, I thought it was part of the game when I first watched it. Then I realised, yes, it's just a developer intro. But yeah, this very, very cutscene heavy to begin with. Very cutscene heavy. So these will be your first few cutscenes. Straight after, yeah, this is your prologue. So you don't have to collect any cargo. If you want to collect cargo, that's up to you, which I don't. But the more cargo you have, the slower you're going to move, guys. And it's just going to slow down everything. So that's why you just see me taking the minimal. So you want to make your way along this path. There's no map for the time being. What I'm going to try and do is, before we do like certain missions, I'm going to just show you the map and kind of show you what route I like to take. And you can either take that route or take your own. I guess part of the appeal about this game is there's just so much to explore. You can do anything you want, basically. I mean, you're kind of limited. You can only deliver parcels, but yeah, it's a very, very nice looking scenery. I remember when I first played this, it's so gorgeous to look at this game. But yeah, straight after that cutscene, we're going to come down here. Be very careful. You notice you'll lose balance and you have to press the shoulder buttons. But sometimes you just run in a straight line and the terrain is smooth. You shouldn't fall over. But if you are about to fall, I normally just press both shoulder buttons and that will like stabilise you. So you're not going to fall over. Yeah, so when it comes to double jump, yes, if you kind of run in a straight line for like a few seconds or so and press jump, you'll get like a double jump prompt and it allows you to jump further, and it also gives you like a little boost. It's very good for getting around quicker and escaping BTs, but like I say, there's a bit of a cooldown on it. The heavier the weight you're carrying, the bigger the cooldown between the double jump. Yeah, see me do it again there. And when you jump and land on loose stones, by the way, you always kind of like stumble for a moment when you land. Yeah, so just watch out jumping on stones. I like to try and stay on the grass if I can. But yeah, so just making our way along here. We're heading over to the icon in the distance. That's the first shelter we're going to. Yeah, it's a very, very grindy, and the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be going through a story first, guys. Go through a story, unlock most of the equipment and stuff, and it will just make everything a lot faster. Yeah, so I'm jumping across this river next. You do have to cross this river at some point. So I'm taking it across here where there's like a boulder in the middle. When you use your scanner, I'm not quite sure, you can't really access it. Well, you can access it. You know your scanner where you press R1. When you use it, it'll make you get like little blue points pop up on the ground, or yellow or red, and it'll be the same in water. Now the red points, they normally mean you can't climb it because it's too steep, or if it's red in the water, that means the water is too deep and you'll not be able to walk through there. So never go through any water which is red, and if you see any cliffs which are red when you use the scanner, yes, you can't climb them, unless it's kind of like a very tiny ledge. It's got like one red dot on it. But yes, make way here guys and deliver this parcel. Hopefully you didn't drop it along the way. If you do drop it, you just pick it back up again. But yes, deliver that parcel. It's a partial delivery. You can bring all 4 back, but you only need 1 to complete it. So that's what we're doing. Like I say, the more you carry, the slower you're going to be. So I'm saving our bigger orders until we've got vehicles unlocked. Yes, and that is your first trophy guys. Delivering is what I do. And we're going to be doing a lot of that. Yes, next kind of like 10-20 hours is just going to be delivering parcels. Yeah, it's very, very slow to begin with. You unlock the equipment very slow. I've kind of read that in the Death Stranding 2, apparently they're going to make it so you unlock all the equipment a bit quicker. So we'll see how all that's going to be. But yes, in this one, you do unlock all the equipment quite slow. I mean, it's going to be quicker watching me. It's got an optimal route to get to it quick. But yes, if you're playing this blind, it can take you like 10 hours or so before you even unlock the first motorbike. Yeah, so that very weird cutscene. I know, there's a lot of bonkers thing going on in this game. But yes, that's a prologue complete. So next up is episode 1, Bridget. So once you get that first parcel, it will be in your hand. If you hold L2, because it's already in your left hand, and then hold triangle, you'll lob it on your back automatically. Then it stops you having to hold L2. But yes, just making our way over here. As you can see, I keep doing these double jumps because you just move a bit quicker. And because I've got very little weight on me, I can do the double jump more often. Now there's like little memory sticks which you can find around the world. They're probably your only like collectibles. You know, like loose collectibles on the map. Yeah, little memory sticks. There's actually one down here, but it doesn't appear until later. But what we'll do, if we ever go past anywhere and there's a memory stick close by guys, we'll be grabbing it along the way. We will be getting one in this video, a bit nearer the end. But yes, all the memory sticks and loose collectibles, I will show you where all of them are, of course. Like I say, we're going to go through a story first. We'll probably do a few extra things as we go through a story, just which are going to make our time a lot easier. And then once we've got a story done, then we'll come back and start working on farming, on leveling up all the ranks with all the preppers, which is going to take quite a long time, probably longer than what the story's going to take. Right, so you get down here, and that's another mission completed, another order. So yes, I am skipping through these order completion screens for the time being. They are quite confusing. I mean, I still don't quite understand them myself. But when they do matter, I will show them to you. Yeah, if you unlock something very useful I'm going to be using, I'll show you. Or when it comes to completing the hard ones later. Yes, I'll take my time to show them to you. Right, so now we've got to transport this corpse all the way up to the incinerator. There's no other quick way to go, guys. We've got to take it on our back. But yes, so if you open the map, it gives like a little tutorial on placing routes on the map. But I'm going to show you the way I like to go. So about here, that's normally where I cross that river. So I'm going to put a marker down there with square. I cross the river there, and just about over here, it doesn't show you, but there is a cliff, but there's a rope next to the cliff so you can climb up easier. And that's the route I like to take. So yeah, it's about there. I mean, we're going to be going that way anyway, so you'll see. But yeah, there's a rope and a ladder, which are placed in game. They're not online, they are offline parts, so they're always there. Yeah, be careful when trying to look at online parts that people have put down. Yeah, the online component of this game, it's not really got a definitive way that it works. I mean, you might have a friend who you want to get all this structures in your world, but it won't work that way. It kind of just, you get like random parts from your friends' worlds and other people. Yeah, you just get random parts. It's not like you can just add one friend who's got everything built in the game, and then that's going to put everything built in your game. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Yeah, you get random parts. But yeah, some parts will be offline, which means they're always there. They're actually parts in the game which have been put there. And of course, online, they come from other players. So when we do get a bit further into the game, you might see a bridge or ramp on my screen, or just like a motorbike just sitting there. That might not be there on yours. So just keep that in mind, guys. But I have completed this on hard offline mode before, which I do not advise at all. Yes, if you're kind of on the fence about should I play offline mode, should I play online, play online. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah, just having them extra kind of like ramps down, bridges, whatnot from online players, it really makes things a lot easier, guys. There'll be bridges and things in places where you really need them, and if they weren't there, it would mean either making your own one, which takes time, takes materials, or making your own way around some other way, which again takes much time. So yes, if you can't decide what to do about online, offline, play online, strongly advise. And you're not playing hard modes. Hard mode, yes, I know you're not really doing much in this game, you're just transporting parcels, but yeah, hard mode, it makes it so all your stamina goes down quicker, BB wears down quicker. When you do get fights later with enemies, they're a lot harder. Yeah, play on easy unless I mention otherwise when it comes to it. Yeah, so we're making our way up here. The incinerator's right at the top of that mountain as you follow that river to the left. And as you see what I keep doing it, I keep like stumbling, because as you can see, if I stumble like this, it makes me move a bit quicker. I will stop doing it in a second, but I probably don't advise doing this. It's quite tricky to do unless you kind of know what you're doing. But if you've not played the game before, I remember when I first played this, I was falling over everything. I was tripping over logs, bits of grass, little tiny stones all over the place. Yeah, so it might take you a while to get used to the controls. But yeah, it's a very, very nice looking game. So you can see that little icon on the map now, that marker which I put down, that A, that's where I'm going to cross the river. Yeah, you are going to get your feet wet, and you can't really jump with this woman on your back. But as long as you don't walk in a river where it's red, like I say, if you use your scanner, it will scan across the terrain, and if it's blue, it's okay. If it's yellow, there's going to be a bit of resistance when you try to climb it or go through it, but if it's red, yes, you can't get through it at all. So yeah, I normally cross here just because there's a few rocks nearby, and it's quite a narrow part of the river as well. Because just up there on the left, if you go past that hill, then you have to go uphill slightly before you come down, and it gets all rocky. That's why I like to cross over the river before you get to that rocky part. Yeah, so up here, so that mountain peak in the distance, to the left of that, where it meets the river, that's kind of where we're going to be climbing up. And that ladder icon up ahead, that is an offline ladder icon. Yes, offline. So it's always there. So you could, if you wanted, you could go along the left side until you get to that ladder, and then climb over the ladder if you wanted. But yeah, we're going to be well, we won't be unlocking a motorbike, but there is one motorbike in this first map. Yeah, one motorbike in this first map which you can get, but it's the only way to get it. You don't actually unlock the ability to craft motorbikes yourself until the kind of like second map. That's probably going to be in the third or fourth video, guys, when we unlock the ability to craft motorbikes, or a vehicle at least. Yeah, so should be getting to it now. So here it is, this rope is always here. So I'm going to use this rope to get to that little cliff up above. Just press square and then go forward. And if you press touchpad when you're near an offline or online structure, you'll like it, guys, and get that trophy. Yeah, so once up here, press square, throw the rope back down. When you throw ropes down, you always throw it away from you, kind of like behind you. So when you press square, yes, make sure your back is facing the direction you want to throw it off. Because if you do it wrong, you might actually throw it back on the hill, and it will not actually go down it, and then nobody can use it until somebody goes up and throws it down again. Yeah, and then you carry on along here a bit more. There'll be a ladder. This ladder is always here. Yeah, most trophies are going to come naturally, but those which don't, I kind of point out. Like that one I just got, guys. You've got to like any, like say, ladder or bridges anybody puts up. Basically anything somebody's put up, just keep spamming the touchpad to like it, offline or online, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so here I'm holding X. If you hold the cross button, you'll automatically climb up them little small ledges like this. It makes it a bit easier. So hold X when you're climbing there. That's it, we're almost there. And you're going to have your first encounter very soon with the BTs. The BTs, at the moment, because we've not really got anything unlocked, there's not really much you can do at all, except for just try to get through the zone as quick as possible. So what you're going to see me doing is I'm just going to sprint through the zone. But you can't actually see them until you kind of like stop and crouch. Yeah, you can't see BTs unless you stop and crouch. Of course, that takes time. And taking longer to get through there, it doesn't really make it any easier. It just kind of delays the inevitable, I find. Yeah, you take your time to get through there thinking it might be safer, and then you eventually get caught anyway, because it's just so much messing about. It's just better to just run through there, try to avoid them best you can, and then hopefully, I mean, with a bit more experience, you'll get through without any troubles. But yes, if you run straight into a BT, it'll grab you almost instantly when the bodies come up from the ground. Yeah, if you run directly into one, the bodies will like grab you instantly and hold you in place. And when they do hold you in place, you got a very, very short time, guys, to get them off you and get out of that kind of like black tar zone. Otherwise, you get sucked down. But yes, we just delivered the body. It's been cremated. There's a memory stick on top of this, on top of this building, but it's not there yet, unfortunately, so we can't get it. So you do have to come back up here later, just get a memory stick. Yes, here they are, the BT, so we can see them now. But you see your scanner, it'll kind of spin around and point to you where they are. So when you're moving along, you can't see them. Watch your scanner. If it's facing directly in front of you and spinning really fast, that means there's one directly in front coming up. So you might want to move to the side. But as you can see here, I'm trying to avoid him. And because I fell here, they actually managed to catch me. But normally I can get through that part with no problem. So you saw I just ran straight through that area. Yeah, so if you do get grabbed like that, you need to hold both your shoulder buttons to stabilise yourself. Keep pressing square to shake them off you. And then once they're all loose, try to quickly get out of that area of tar. If not quick enough, they'll grab you again and they'll pull you down, because you'll likely have no stamina by that point. And if they do pull you down, you get like a boss BT spawn. And at the moment you can't really kill it. But if you do kill them boss BTs in the future, it eliminates the whole of that BT area. So it can be one way to get through it. Just get caught, kill the boss, and then all them BTs will be gone for like a certain period of time. But yes, now we're making our way back to the distribution centre where we just were. Yes, all the way back down. You go back down a lot quicker than what you came up. Yeah, so you can see this double jumps. Yeah, and don't worry about all these things you can collect for the time being. If you're playing on very easy, you don't need to worry about most of these little things you can grab. Yeah, but these chiral things, you can't grab them yet. You have to wait till a bit later. Yeah, so just jumped across the river this time. Yes, and head to that big Nintendo Wii thing in the distance. Yes, it definitely looks like a Nintendo Wii Centre. Yeah, I've head all the way down there. Yeah, you get quite a lot of music tracks playing. A lot of these are copyrighted. When I made my other series, yeah, quite a lot of videos I couldn't monetize them because of copyrighted music. So I'm curious if they have been changed or not, or if I need to kind of like mute that audio when I'm recording these or editing. Because in the audio settings you can't turn off the music, it's always playing. It's not like most games, they have like a streamer mode where it turns off the copyrighted music, but there isn't one in this. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I might just, when that music's playing, I might cut out the audio when that song's playing. It's not for too long. I think in my series, which was about 40 hours long, my hard offline, there's probably about 3 or 4 videos which were copyrighted, and it's literally like 30 seconds in them videos, so it's not like long at all. But yes, once you're back here, guys, at the centre, you're going to head back down, and there'll be, of course, another bunch of cutscenes. Yeah, but once you leave here, after these cutscenes, we're going to be heading to another centre like this. Yes, another big distro. Yeah, so cutscenes will begin as you approach it. Yeah, and this weird baby thing. Right, so you got Rebuilding America trophy. That's for completing episode 1. Like I say, don't worry too much about the result screen at the moment. It's probably not going to make a lot of sense. Yeah, about 5 cutscenes to get through. Now we're on episode 2. Yeah, so you respawn in the shower, in the private room. We're about to get a shower. Yeah, so once in the private room. Yeah, it's like a little tutorial now. So you want to get a shower first. Yeah, so turn away, guys. I want a bit of privacy. Yeah, shower time. Yeah, it's very dirty after that trek up the mountain. All them like little handprints on my body. Yeah, so you have to take a shower. Kind of like story related. Story related to be hygienic. Right, 5 more cutscenes of me having a shower and getting changed. Right, so now what you have to do, this is like a tutorial. You have to examine all these different parts in the private room. So you want to examine the suit. Get through dialogue, press left on the analog stick to examine BB. Get through dialogue, go left to examine the orange suits. That's it again, just get through dialogue. Then press circle to go back to the bed. Then I'm going to take another shower because I'm very, very dirty. Yep, take another shower. There you go, and then we're going to open the terminal. Yeah, that's it. See my cheeks. Saw my cheeks twice in about 2 minutes. Yeah, so you want to examine that map on that back wall. Yeah, once that dialogue is finished. Yeah, there'll be a lot of this.
Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function. There's a correlation between exposure.
Yeah, just sitting here letting cutscenes play out, dialogue play out. You can skip cutscenes, but you can't skip just like dialogue like this, loose dialogue. Or them like codec calls either. You can't really skip them either.
I should add that these showers have another function: the collection of blood, hair, fluids.
But yes, talking about chiral matter.
They provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health.
There's always something you can do with urine or human excrements in Hideo games, isn't there? There's always some function with them. But yes, going to examine the map. That's it. So that's another tutorial out of the way. We'll be back here later. But yes, that should be everything done, guys. Like I say, you need to examine the suits in the locker ahead of you. Have another shower and examine the map. And then examine the fire door, guys, and you can leave the private room. Right, 20 more cutscenes to skip. Right, we're going to take a new order. The capital, not city. Yeah, so come over to this terminal. Yep, little codec call type thing. Holographic call. Right, we're going to take on orders. Orders for Sam. And there's only one, so you can't really go wrong. Just take that order. Yep, and the only orders you need to complete, by the way, to get through a story, are orders with like, they've got like an orange wave going through them. They're the only ones you have to complete for the story. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put everything on my back first. And I'm going to put everything in private lockers. So press square on the things which I did. Basically press square on everything except for your equipped boots and the smart drugs. Yep, and you want to put everything in the private locker except for the smart drugs and of course your equipped boots. Yep, so like I say, the less weight you've got on you, the faster you move. That's why I don't want to be carrying too much. And this route I'm going to be showing you, you're not going to need your ladders or anything. So yes, now I'm making my way back outside. Doing my double jumps to get a bit of a boost in movement speed. So we're going to encounter another BT zone very shortly. I'm going to be going straight through the middle. If you wanted to use your ladders and stuff, you could go over the cliffs, and that's how you'd avoid it. But it just makes things so much more difficult. You do need to get used to these BT zones anyway. You're going to be encountering a lot of these in the game. So we're just going to make our way across these rivers. You can pretty much cross at any point. But this point here, that's where you want to go around that little mountain there. Because that's where it's low. Anywhere else and it starts racing up. And we're going to cross that big river about there as well. So yes, put them 2 markers there. If you want to use them as reference. But yes, where I put that A, you want to be going around that mountain there. Like I say, if you go any more left, or was it west? If you go any more west, then it starts turning into like a mountain going higher and higher. And it would just be more difficult to cross. But there you can just kind of run straight through it. at your current elevation. But yeah, we're just going to start jumping across these rivers. They're quite narrow, so you can pretty much jump across them all. Yeah, and that BT area is just up ahead there. You also get quite a few cutscenes in this first area, just because it's kind of like the game's introducing you to everything. So even though I've turned off the cutscenes for the BT encounters, it's still going to be giving me a few. I've turned off tutorials as well, so you might get a lot more tutorials than what I'm getting. You might want to read them. I mean, a lot of them, yeah, there's so much going on in this game, and the tutorials are really detailed, and it's hard to make sense of them when you don't really understand how the controls and mechanics and everything work in the game. But you can view any old tutorials from the menu by just pressing the options, going into data, and looking at all your tutorials in there. Right, so here we are, another BT zone. So just like before, I'm going to sprint straight through it. Like I say, try not to run directly into a BT. So watch your scanner. You see your scanner, it keeps like blinking. If it starts blinking really fast, that means there's a BT really close to you. And it normally points to the closest BT. Yeah, it'll point to the closest one. So watch your scanner, and you can try to gauge if you're going to be running straight into one or not. And yes, try to use your double jump as well, so you move a bit quicker. That's it, I'm through that zone already. So that's how quick and easy some of these zones can be if you just kind of run straight through them, guys. And you try not to run directly into a BT. If you stay around for too long when they've noticed you, yes, then bodies will come up from the floor and grab you. And after a short time, they'll pull you down if you don't escape quick enough. And that can happen straight away if you run directly into one. But as long as you're quick, you can outrun the bodies if you're quick enough, guys. Yeah, so there's that big river. And yeah, I don't know why this prepper we're going to now, the icon looks like, I don't know, it looks like a penis, doesn't it? But yeah, we're going to cross over here. Yes, you see that bit of rock kind of protruding out into the river a little bit. I'm going to jump off the edge of that. If you're lucky, you could be able to do a double jump and get straight across. But even without that, you can pretty much make it without getting your feet wet. Right, and they've got to jump across another river. Like I say, remember, make sure it's not red where you're going in, because you'll get washed away. But if you're going in where I'm going, you should be okay. Right, so there it is. Yeah, I don't know why the icon looks like a penis. I think the first time I saw that when I first played, I was like, why does it look like a penis? You know, is there a reason for this? Is it kind of representing what happens at this distro? You know, it's like a little secret dungeon down there. But no, it's got no relation to that at all. Just a coincidence that they've kind of made it in that shape. But yeah, I guess simple things please simple people. But yes, interact with this, guys, and deliver your cargo. Yes, so deliver your smart drugs. That's it. You'll get your little holographic codec call. Get through that dialogue. Yeah, result screen. I'm skipping them. Like I say, I'll show the result screen when it's somewhat of importance, because it's not going to make a lot of sense to you. Like I say, it still don't make sense to me, most of it. Yeah, so we'll get 2 orders now. You only have to do the one, like I said, and you've got a trophy there as well, guys. A new day for the UCLA. Yeah, you'll get 2 orders, and yes, we can now place a post box down. Yes, no stamps available anywhere, but there was a post box. But the porters will deliver things for you, and can sometimes find useful things in them post boxes, guys, if you ever come across one. I mean, I won't be looking at many, but yeah, if you want to check out post boxes you come across, they do sometimes have very useful things in. Yes, so this always happens at this distro. I don't know why, but my PS5 gets really hot and it starts turning on like a jet engine. At this distro, I do not know why. Yeah, I wonder if that happens to you as well. But yeah, see these 2 orders, you see one of them's got like an orange wave going through it. That's the only one you have to do to progress the story. The one with like a star icon. So select that one only. The other one is optional, so we're going to leave that one. Yes, I don't want to craft anything else. All I want is the star materials which are needed for the quest, the order. So put all these materials on you, yes, and then you'll become Optimus Prime. I know, it does look like a transformer. But you're going to come down here, and here is a memory stick. These are one of them collectibles I mentioned. So grab that memory stick, guys. Yes, a memory chip acquired. Do not forget to get that chip we just passed. And later on, we're going to kind of deliver that to the next area, and it'll kind of download it, and that allows us to access it. Yes, going to make our way down here, and the way I'm going to cross this big river. Yes, going to follow the river down to that distro, but I'm going to cross it about here. Yeah, because this is a enemy area. But when you cross over here, it kind of like triggers a cutscene if you've not already seen them, and then they all despawn. So from your current location. So we'll not be chasing you down and lobbing their javelins at you, because they lob their javelins at you and they can make you drop all your gear. So yes, quickly get across here, and a cutscene will trigger, and after the cutscene, guys, they'd have all despawned. Yes, they've gone. I can't remember if that's in the original or it's something they've put in the director's cut. So I'm pretty sure you could end up in combat with them straight away. But yes, now they kind of like despawn. But yes, make way along here. It's probably been a good 2 years or so since I played the original. Yes, now we're just going to follow the coast all the way down to our other distro. And once we get there, guys, we're just going to hand in this quest. Go down to private room, and once I come back up, that'll be it for this video. We will be reading some emails and interviews. When it comes to emails and interviews, whenever you're in your private room, make sure you always open the emails and interviews, guys, because there will be certain orders later, or collectibles, or for example ranks, which are not level up or show up if you do not read a specific email or interview. So to make sure when you're in your private room, I will remind you anyway, but just in case you do a bit of exploration yourself, yeah, just keep that in mind. Some things are locked behind opening certain emails or interviews, but you can only do that in the private room. Yeah, so you see this kind of like blue and red line. This shows you the area of your current kind of like zone. You know that prepper we just ranked up to level 2 and we brought this area online. Yeah, that shows the limits to that area. So you can put, when you can later craft things, you can put them down in the area which is online, and when it comes to online components or offline, they will only show up in areas which you have activated. Areas which you have not activated yet, you can't put things down, and online stuff will not show up either. Yeah, so this is another BT zone. So again, I think I do almost get caught here. I do normally get through this one without any problems. I think I went too close to that BT, I think that's my problem there. But yes, this kind of what happens if you go too close to the BT, so try not to get too close. But if they do start grabbing you, yes, hold both back buttons, keep pressing squares, shake them off, then once they're free, try to walk out of the tar. If you don't get out of the tar quick enough before the bodies come back, guys, they'll pull you down. Like I said, there'll be like a little boss fight. But at the moment, we don't really have a means to get rid of them. But later, you'll be able to craft like grenades, and they die really quickly, and that can be another option, like I was saying, to get rid of them enemy zones a bit easier than BT zones. But yes, we just got out. So there it is, that other distro. Yeah, so that red writing, BT has entered Autoxomania. Yeah, that always happens. I think that's triggered to happen after that BT encounter. There's nothing you can do. But you have to go to a private room when we get back here. And this is where your first motorbike's going to be. This is the only motorbike in this region for the time being, until you can craft your own. We're not going to be activating it yet. We will be in video 2. But when you do bring this motorbike online, you've got to make sure you don't damage it, because like I say, it's the only one you're going to find in this area. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to like that, because them motorbikes are really good. I love driving the motorbikes. It's just a shame they can't carry much, and they're not very good on rocky terrain. Yeah, they're really, really bad on rocky terrain. But yes, down here, over to the terminal, and I'm going to deliver my requested cargo. Yeah, bring this terminal online and this area. So you'll see in the cargo network, you'll see it all like come online, and now you'll be able to see all the online things that people have put down and offline. Yeah, so just get through the results. Yeah, so that's another region online. There it is. So yes, you can now, like I say, you can now put down your own structures in this area and also see online ones. Yeah, see, most of them have just shown up. Right, get through the little dialogue. And now I'm just going to deliver that memory chip as well before we go down to private room. So back to the terminal and go into make delivery and share memory chip data. That's it. You have to do this every time you find one of these. You'll get a trophy, a thirst for knowledge. That's finding you first. You do have to find them all for a trophy. But yes, once you've done that, we're going to go down to private room. You can either interrupt the terminal, go down to private room at the bottom, or you can stand on this circle platform in the middle and there'll be a button you can press to go down the private room that way. Yeah, once down here, I believe you have to take another shower. I think the game wants you to, and you can't do anything else until you do. Yeah, so you have to take a shower. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. So once I had a shower, we're going to interrupt that map, and we're going to be able to read some emails and some new interviews. You don't have to like properly read them, you just have to open them up. So yes, after taking a shower, yes, you get EX grenade. They can be good against BTs. Yep, so open your mail. You should have 2 mails at the moment. Open them both. That's it. And then open your interviews. That's it, like so. Yes, and I'm also going to look at that memory chip. Okay, so once you've done so, just going to come back and we're going to go back up to the top, guys. Yeah, so that'll be it for that one. And what I'm just going to do at the top here, I'm just going to press options, and you can actually do a manual save, but you have to go into options and settings, and then at the top there'll be an option to save your game. So yes, settings. Let's get through this codec call first. Yeah, but we should get into the next region hopefully in the next video. If not, it should be at the start of video 3. But yes, come to system, and there it is saved, so I'm going to make a manual save. So that'll be it for part 1, guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on part 2 tomorrow.